Hey, everybody, it is Harlan here. You are in the absolute right place because we're going to be talking about Facebook growth mastery. As you recall, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Facebook engagement mastery. And then people said, okay, Harlan, that's great, but how do you get all those people on a Facebook page? And I got so many people asking me that question. I said, okay, uh, let's come back and do round two, which probably should have been round one, but that's okay. So, first of all, if you are here and you have not seen the other webinar, it's on YouTube, and all you need to do is go to YouTube, type in the search bar, Facebook Engagement Mastery. And Glenna, who's on, will type that in the chat, Facebook Engagement Mastery. And this is Facebook Growth Mastery. Okay? So you're in the right place today if you don't have a Facebook page yet, and you want to start one, or you have a Facebook page and it's just limping along. Okay, so this webinar is for you in either case, and there are going to be lots of people here who are more advanced, and I promise you that even the more advanced people are going to learn things that are immediately usable. Now, one of the nicest things that I got were people sending me emails and posting things on my wall telling me how actionable, how good the stuff that I shared last week was. And people came back and told me that they had one person said that they had a 649% difference in engagement by using what I taught. And I can't tell you how happy that makes me when someone takes the information that I'm sharing here and puts it to use. So, um, people talk about doing things and taking action. And it's really an old historic concept. The rabbis, dating from the time of Jesus, said it's not the study that counts as much as the deed, as much as the act. So, guys, this is for everybody. And what would make me really happy is if you act on this stuff. Okay? Because it's easy, and I'm going to show you just about everything. And and if you implement it, I can promise you real results. I've implemented this, and when I followed what I've taught, what I teach does real well. On one site, which I did not follow, it's going to take some extra help to get that baby moving. So with that, we'll jump in. Okay, so here we go, and let's get started. Now I've got some breaking news for you, and that some of you may know this, some of you may not have heard this, but Facebook has announced that they are changing their pages, their fan pages or their like pages, yet once again. We're not quite sure. Facebook is showing, and other people are showing what it's going to be, but they're taking some things, moving them around, mixing them up. The thing you need to understand is that we just came over a new Facebook a change a short while ago, and you probably remember everybody was sulking that how dare Facebook change what I see, when I see it, and how I see it. And people didn't want to switch to the new timeline. And you could either get in there early or you could wait until Facebook switched you. And finally, everybody was dragged, kicking and screaming against their will. So folks, let's just go ahead and jump in. Now, some people are typing in that they can't hear me. How many people, can you guys hear me? Type in yes if you can hear me. Okay, lots of people typing in yes. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for being responsive. Okay, for though that what that tells me, guys, is that if you can't hear me, number one is the string in between the cans that you're holding up to your computer probably needs to be a little bit tighter, or you might want to log off and come back on again. Okay, I'm not going to stop. Hopefully, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. There will be a replay, but try and come back, see what you can do. Okay, because I want you here. Okay. So someone types in, so this is not live. That's right, I'm dead. This is not live. Okay, here we go. Now, notice when I said that Facebook is changing their pages again, I said their pages, not your pages. Okay? Remember that they're not your pages. They belong to Facebook. Now, people are complaining that the new design is in favor of brands such as Coca-Cola, Macy's, or you know other people. Let's say big perfume companies, Oprah, but not in favor of marketers. And from what we see and what we hear, that's partially true. A lot of the tricks that marketers have been using seem to be, Facebook doesn't approve of them. They may be on the way out. You know what? Honestly, you never know until it happens, okay? It's going to be harder to like gate pages. It's going to be harder to grow lists off Facebook in the way that people have been doing it. Why? Because Facebook says, no, these are our people, not your people. And finally, many of you have noticed that Facebook has come in to pages that you have constructed and you have built, and changed them to become a community page. What does it mean it's a community page? It's like a community park? That mean that it doesn't belong to you? Of course it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Facebook. But does Facebook mean that the big print giveth and the small print taketh away? We're not really sure about what that means. Okay? The only thing is that I want to remind you is they're not your pages. You're building on quicksand. So 3 rules you must face up to. This is from the last webinar. I want to remind you of them. You do not own your Facebook page. I hear people get really mad that how dare you post that on my Facebook page. It's not your Facebook page. Number 2, the people who like your page don't belong to you. And number 3, you can't build a real business on someone else's property. So I'd like to acknowledge the reason that we're here today. Okay? You see those graves there? Picture of the graves. That's actually a cemetery in San Francisco. Okay? The picture that you see there is in memory of all the Facebook pages that have no engagement or responsiveness. They're just out there. People built pages, but they ended up not doing anything significant with them, or those pages just, ended up getting a small number of likes. And just to see, but out of curiosity, how many people here need more likes? How many people here need more likes? Jacob, if you type in one more time, if this webinar is live, I'm going to kick you off the webinar. Please stop. Is that live enough for you? Okay. All right. So, the All right, so let's get started. Here's my promise to you. You'll get proven solid strategies and tactics that are working for super sites, not just my own, week after week. This is an all meat, no fat webinar. This means there's all proven solid content. There's no theory here. Just implement and watch the results like so many people did. What I'm going to show you here can be translated to any niche with some creativity on your part. And what I'm going to show you today is probably different than what you've been told. Certainly it's different than what gurus are teaching. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions at the end of today's webinar, so please write them down. Okay, so let's go and get started. Whoa. So the first thing that I want to introduce you to is I want to introduce you to the first type of Facebook fan. There he is. He's the dead fish. Okay. Now, whether he's entirely dead or he flops around in the sand occasionally to show you that he hasn't entirely passed away, most people's Facebook fan pages are filled with lots of fellows just like this one. Instead of finding Nemo over here, we have Dead Nemo. Okay, so the bottom line here is that having a Facebook page with just dead fish on it, it's not going to do you any good. But unfortunately, if you follow the steps that other people are teaching, that's pretty much what you're going to get. Okay, then we have the other people. We have the lumps of coal. The lumps of coal are the ones that join your page and they don't even flop around. Okay, they are the ones that they're the ones that just sit there. They don't like, they don't participate, they don't act, they don't do anything. And as you know from last week's webinar, these are the people who they're actually hurting you, okay? They're actually hurting your page by their presence is hurting your page. So we want to make sure that you do not get these people on your page. Here's who you want on your page. You want really passionate fans. You want this couple. They're so madly in love with one another. They have no idea. They have no idea that it's even raining. Okay. These are the people that when they're on your page, they're going to like, they are going to share, they are going to do whatever you want because they're passionate. And those are the ones that we want to deal with. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. You have three kinds of people: the dead fish that occasionally flop around. Number two is you have the lumps of coal that sit there. And number three is you have the passionate fans. Which one do you want? People are writing passionate fans, passionate people, passionate fans. Number three, passionate, kiss cam. Yeah, okay. That's what they want, passionate. Okay, so we want Romeo and Juliet. So the bottom line here is that unless you target passionate fans, it's very likely that you are going to end up not with passionate fans, but you're going to end up with dead fish or lumps of coal. The majority of fans on a page end up that way. And I want to change your thinking about pages with your permission today. I want to change. Uh, I want to change your your thinking. So please pay attention, and we're going to jump in. Number one is that lots of people say, "I can get you cheap likes." This is probably one of the most important slides in this webinar. This would be the one to take notes on. Okay, so if you're not ready for notes, I want you to go ahead and take notes on this slide. And I'm going to show you that cheap likes are expensive. Number one, the gurus tell you how to get cheap likes, and this is what they say. We'll get to that. So when you go out to eat, do you want to eat cheap food or good food? Now there's a place for both. Okay, when you go out to a restaurant, you can say, you know what, I want a sandwich. Okay, there's a place for a sandwich, but then there are times that you want to go out and you want to get good food. Here, getting cheap likes is the equivalent of getting stomach poisoning the next day. There's no place for just cheap likes and having them be high quality likes. It's going to make you ill. And you can get hundreds, thousands, even hundreds of thousands of cheap likes overnight. But do you have passionate fans? Probably not. Do you have engaging fans? Probably not. Do you have buying fans? Extremely unlikely. The answer to that is no. Cheap likes. Now I know people who are gurus who teach how to get hundreds and thousands of cheap likes, and then their pages are completely devoid of buying activity. You can't get them to do anything because they are um, they are just when they came, they were dead fish, and they've turned from dead fish. Their bodies have dried, and now they're somewhere in between a dried up dead fish and a lump of coal. But they're doing nothing. Okay, they're doing nothing. So I want to ask you what your ultimate goal is. Is your ultimate goal um, to get fans, or is your ultimate goal to make money? You tell me what your goal is. Fans or money? Okay. Okay, so everybody but one got it right. That you want to make money. One person is saying, I want fans. Okay. If you want fans, go to an air conditioning store. If you want money, stay on this webinar. Okay. The bottom line here is that what I'm going to show you is the quickest and fastest way to make money. And they are, and that's who this is for. So if you want to have a fan page that doesn't make money, you just want to be able to say, I have 500,000 fans, then then this is probably not the webinar for you. But on the other hand, if you want to have lots of fans who are active, this is something that you want to stick around for. Okay? So here we go. All right? We're interested in the money. Okay? Someone says, they tell me that fans lead to money. Actually, if you go in the South during the summer and you turn on the fans lead to a lot of hot air being blown around. The only thing that leads to money is passion. Passion leads to money, not fans. So let's keep that in mind. Now, how many people remember this guy? Anybody? I let the clue there. No, people are saying no. All right. Yeah. So there are a couple of you. So there are a couple of you who remember. This guy was a flight attendant on JetBlue who got into a fight with a customer, and then he just had it. I guess he was having a bad day. It was his like second argument with a customer. They were um, parked at Kennedy. He grabbed a beer, opened up the slide chute, and slid out of the plane and disappeared. Well, um, within a day, people were talking about it was crazy that someone did something like this, and they were looking for him. And a fan page started for him. They used his name, they built a fan page, and within a day, he had, God knows, well over 100,000 fans. Fantastic. And everybody's going, wow, look at all those fans. But what are those fans worth? Okay. All of those fans, if you went into Starbucks and said, I have all of those fans, it wouldn't give you enough money to buy a cup of coffee. Okay. It's not fans that we want. We want the money that having a page uh, brings you. So here are some rules that I want you to know about. Number one, that as we talked about last week, Facebook really cares about engagement. Okay? Number two, your dead fish and your lumps of coal count against you. Let me explain what that means. Pay attention, folks. If you have a website, if you have a Facebook fan page and you have 1,000 fans, okay? Facebook wants to see how many people click on the links. If out of your 1,000 fans, um, if out of your 1,000 fans, 900 of them are dead fish or lumps of coal, then it is extremely unlikely that your posts are ever going to be seen. In other words, you could be putting in all of the work and all of the efforts, and yet you're not going to be seen. There's going to be zero engagement and zero money because, as they say, the cards are stacked against you. You want only those most passionate people, the people kissing in the rain. Now, you can get all the dead fish or lumps of coal you want for about a penny each, because that's what's being taught. But when you say my Facebook fans don't buy, okay, someone complained, well, my list doesn't buy. And the answer is, yeah, because you got dead fish or lumps of coal. So I'm going to show you what to do about it. So here is what the experts teach. I'm going to show you, I'm not suggesting that you do this. Number one, they say nobody wants, again, I'm going to repeat, I'm showing you what they say. I am not suggesting that you do this. Start off by buying likes on Fiverr. Buy a couple of thousand likes on Fiverr. Overnight, your page goes from having no likes to 100, 500, 1,000, even 10,000 likes. Congratulations, you now have 10,000 lumps of coal on your page, and you're already starting out with a problem. You're starting out with a problem because these people they're probably fake accounts, and most likely they are never, ever going to click anything that you do. So you just started out by, you're not even at break even. You're losing already. Next, create an ad campaign using Facebook ads to buy likes from Facebook. And here's literally what they teach you. Target people in the highest possible category. So for example, if I were buying likes on Facebook for the Dogington Post, I would target people in the highest possible category, which would be people who like dogs. Okay? You can't get any more broad than that. Now, if you do that, you can get all of the dead fish or lumps of coal you want for about a penny a piece. You will get thousands and thousands of these dead fish or lumps of coal to your page. But they're not going to buy. Here's an example of when numbers do not lead to money. This is the Facebook page for the Family Guy. Okay? The Family Guy has, look at these numbers. They have over 55 million, 55.5 million people who like them. But they only have 170,000 people who are talking about them. Now, when you go to that page and you look at the page, the Family Guy page, what you see, in fact, is that they get very, very few comments. They get a couple of thousand likes. Honestly, um, posting anything to the Dogington Post, I could get more likes than they can any day, any time of day or night. Okay. Last week, I was at a dog show, and we were with an executive from one of the big dog show companies. And during dinner, I uploaded a picture to the Facebook page, and we had dinner. And then at the end of the dinner, I think we had like 3,000 likes within an hour or so. And they were pretty impressed. Now, we have, as of today, something like 218,000 fans, but we've trained them, okay? Family Guy has 55 million fans, but the overwhelming majority of them are what? Type in who they have. Dead fish and coal. Dead fish and coal. Okay? And that's not what you want. That's not what you want. You want passion. Now, when numbers mean money, okay, here your engagement is so high. See, we have 1 million people clicking on we're reaching 9.2 million people, and we're getting, when it says 1 million people engaged, that means in a week, 1 million people are clicking on our links. And it doesn't matter what the links are, whether the links are to sell something off Facebook, whether the links are to get likes, whether the links are to um, whether the links are to bring people to our site for an interesting post. You train them and they respond. Now, one of the people on our page is a dog trainer, and he does training videos. And he has his own page. I don't know, he has maybe a couple of hundred people who like him. His page is called All Dogs Go to Kevin. And he shared a video with his page, and let's say it had 50, 100, 200 likes. And then we took the video and we shared it on our page. And then he posted on his page, wow, we're up to like 2,000 views of this video. And it was in a very rapid period of time. The 2,000 views did not come from his people, they came from my people. And the reason that they came there is because we told them to. So they click on everything. So here's how to attract passionate likes. This is another good spot where you want to take notes. This is a this is another spot where you want to take notes. So go ahead and um, let's get started. Number one, research your niche. Okay, you should know the niche that you're thinking of, and you want to go through that niche and find out where the passionate people are. Where are those lovers in the rain? I want you to go through the Facebook pages about your topic, and you want to study these pages for the following information. Number one, page likes. Okay. Number two, post likes. Okay. The difference between page likes would be how many people like the individual page. And number two is how many people like a typical post. Those are two different numbers. Those are two different numbers. That's what you want to study, and that's what you want to pay attention to. Number three, you want to see how frequently the page posts. You want to study what they're doing. They may not be posting frequently enough. They may be over posting. Remember, as we said last week, there is a penalty for over posting. Number four, you want to look for recency of posts. If you find a page that looks like it belongs in that cemetery that we talked about at the beginning of the webinar, that's not someone that you want to emulate. So you want to go after pages that have a lot of page likes, that have a lot of post likes, that go after how frequently they post, and that go after how recent their posts are. You want to see how many comments they're getting, okay? Because remember, Facebook is ranking your pages according to engagement. The easiest to get is a like. It's the click of a button. But Facebook is focusing more and more on comments and shares. That's the real economy. There was a book that came out a couple of years ago. It was called The Like Economy. I have it sitting over here someplace. Oh, it's someplace in the house. It's called The Like Economy. Maybe it's on my Kindle. But today, it might be changing to the share economy, because shares and comments are much more valuable into whatever formula Facebook is doing, and the number of shares. If you can get something highly shared, Facebook is going to be your lover out in the rain. Okay. Now we're seeing that some of the marketers out there are complaining that Facebook is now charging for engagement, and the truth of the matter is that's the way it is, unless you do what I taught last week. If you follow what I taught last week and all of those hints, then you will not need to be paying Facebook. And again, go over last week's webinar. That was Facebook Engagement Mastery, and you will keep Facebook going. So how do you do this? Okay, how do you get passionate people? Number one, you want to start a like campaign. You go into Facebook advertising after your page is set up. Now, if you need to know how to set up a Facebook page, you can just go to YouTube and see how do you type in how do you set up a Facebook page, and every aspect of the Facebook page you can find a video on it. So I prefer not to start with that, because most people, after watching a 5-minute video, can handle that. I don't want to spend that time here. So we want to use Facebook advertising for page likes. Now you want to target the most passionate pages in the niche. That's what you just kept track of. You want to pull that information in, and when Facebook says, who do you want to target the most passionate pages in the niche. There's another site that I want to tell you about, and it's called Quantcast. I didn't put it on here, but I'm going to type it in now. Quantcast. Okay, let's save that. And if you go to Quantcast with a page, Quantcast will tell you the demographic of that page. So what you can do at that point is, if you can find out who the demographic is. So let's say we're talking about dogs, okay? When I'm at the dog show last week, I'll be sharing the name of one of the companies, comes up to me, and they want to partner with the Dogington Post. They want to give us a lot of money to do a webinar with them and to sell, push one of their products. And they said, okay, Harlan, who's your demographic? And instantly I said, it's women over 40. It's women over 40. So they said, well, that's our demographic too. That's who we want. So you really want to know who your demographic is, and you want to advertise to that demographic only. Okay? Quantcast will show you who your demographic is. Now, you can also find out who your demographic is from Facebook. Let's see how you do that. Here I am in the Dogington Post. Let's look in the admin panel. And let's see who our insights are. People, who the people are. And we see right here that Facebook tells us that women are 82% of our fans. Okay? And you see it's broken down by age that if we start at, I'll do the numbers quickly here. Actually, we have Lee on the call, who's an accountant, but who could do them for me. But we have 16% from 35 and up, plus 21% or 45 to 54, plus 15% are from 55 to 64, plus an additional 7%. So 59% of our people are, nearly 60% are around 40 and up. And so therefore, if I'm advertising to that market, if I'm advertising to that market, then I want to make sure that those are the people that I am targeting to. I only want to show my advertising to the people that I want. And I see that this moved again. No. Okay, so we want to use Facebook advertising for page likes. We want to target the most passionate pages in the niche. We want to go to Quantcast to break down and get the best people from those pages, the people in our demographic. Remember, we want to target, unless there's a reason for it, if we're not in the United States, we want to target generally United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and you can decide what else. But we definitely want to cut out people where they aren't going to be buyers, okay? And we talked about that last week. Now, you want to use the strongest image you can, one that forces people to click. You'd be surprised what Facebook lets through. I was actually surprised that this picture got through. Normally, Facebook does not allow pictures like this, but you never know. Um, but you never know where um, you never know where we uh, what they're going to allow through. So you really want to get your post what is going to make them respond. That's where you want to go. So now we're going to go through some stuff that nobody is showing you. Okay, nobody's showing you. You should be taking notes. This is money stuff, folks. Here's how you go. We're going to show you. We're going to show you stuff that you want to do day one, and then we're going to show you some advanced stuff. So number one, I call this paying off the devil. This is the way I do it. Number one is I go to Facebook advertising. I want to pay for clicks for likes. I set my budget for $50 for the day. Hold your horses. It doesn't mean that I'm going to spend $50. I'm setting my budget for $50. That tells Facebook that there's a buyer here. There's somebody that's serious. I bid high for the clicks. I bid well above what Facebook suggests. If Facebook says your click should be between 7 and 14 cents, I'll bid 65 cents. Do I have to? No. But it says to Facebook, okay, this guy wants to give us money. That's all they're focused on. Give us money. Give us money. We want money. Lots of money. Give us money. Okay? So I say, I'm going to give them a lot of money. I submit the ad and watch Facebook spend your money. So you do this, you want to stick around. Facebook notifies you when your ad is approved, and then you come and you watch it every 15 minutes or so, and you watch Facebook start to spend your money. You want to see the first couple of clicks come in, okay? None of them will be as high as you bid, but typically they'll be higher what Facebook suggests because Facebook is saying, look, this guy wants to give me money. I want to take the money. Once you see Facebook spend about $1 or $2 of your money, then that's when the magic begins. Okay? We're going to let Facebook have $1 or $2 of our money, and that's when the magic starts. Now we start evening the score. Number one, go back into your ad campaign and change your payment option to optimize for likes. Okay, it's one of the selections. We say, okay, Facebook, you're so wonderful at spending money. Now I want to see you get the most money for my bucks. Lower your budget to your comfort zone. Whether it's $5 a day, $15 a day, lower your budget to your comfort zone. Facebook now has to work hard to earn your money. This probably won't work as well unless you give them $1 or $2 to show them that you're serious. But once you do, Facebook goes to work to earn your money. Watch your click-through rate. When it drops, put in a new ad. And always play beat the control. If you let Facebook optimize your bidding and you don't change your ads, then you're probably spending too much. So you want to change your ads. Typically, ads drop off after about a week. Sometimes they drop off more quickly, but always play beat the control and try and get better ads. Okay, who wants to um, um, who wants to make Facebook cry uncle. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is advanced. This is advanced stuff. Okay, um, so this is super advanced. Number one is find the most passionate pages. Number two, there's software that my friend Dax puts out. It's called FBBAM. Um, and what FBBAM does, it goes to pages and it collects the most passionate of the passionate fans based on recency. Okay, I don't care that somebody was a passionate fan of, let's say, the Syracuse Orange Men 2 years ago, and all of a sudden either they're dead or they no longer like NCAA basketball. Okay, so you use FBBAM to collect the most passionate of the passionate fans targeted by recency. Then, after you do that, you create a custom audience for those user IDs. When you download the fans from FBBAM, it's going to be in a spreadsheet that are um, that are special numbers that represent the Facebook users. Those are called user IDs. They are meaningless to you or to me, but they have meaning to Facebook. Everybody on Facebook has a user ID. You can find your own user ID by, I think it's findmyid.com, and it will show you what your own user ID is. You upload that file of user IDs to Facebook. They're going to say, would you like to create a custom audience? And they're going to say yes. You upload that file and they'll say, okay, how do you want us to look at this file? Do you want us to look at this file based on emails, phone numbers, shoe sizes, or user IDs? You say it's user IDs and you upload that to Facebook. Facebook takes a few moments. Generally, when I've done this, it takes a few moments, literally a couple of minutes. It's never taken really that long for me. And then Facebook sends you a message and says, "Hey, we've processed your user IDs. You can now target your custom audience. So you are now targeting the most passionate of the passionate fans." And that means that your click through rate is going to be super high. And it means that your costs are going to be super low. You have now beat Facebook at their own game. Boom, your page is going to be filled with the most passionate fans that you can get. You're going to start off with passionate fans, and the passion starts from day one. All you need is to start the rain, and the kissing is going to begin. Okay, so that's how if I was getting started and I wanted to be ultra advanced, that's what I would be doing. So you start your Facebook page, and I was thinking about a Facebook page, and I was thinking about uh, the Pink Floyd song, Wish You Were Here. And this is what it's like when you start a Facebook page. Hello, is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? How many people have started a Facebook page, and um, how, how many people have started a Facebook page and wondered if there was anybody paying any attention to them? Okay, so that's what it's like. So let me show you what we're finding, and I've found based on lots and lots of Facebook pages. This is this is huge. I'm not sure anybody has ever shared this with you. Um, But this is gold. Again, this is one of those slides you just want to write this stuff down. Okay, this is gold for if you want to walk away with gold, it's in this slide. Okay, I told one of my friends that who's pretty advanced in this that there was going to be something here that he didn't know, and it's really here. Okay, so when you start out, when you go from 0 to 5,000 fans, okay, um, what you need to do is you have to be in training mode. Do not assume that these people know what to do. We talked about it last week, the Bill Cosby routine, where you had to tell your kids every step of the way, take off your clothes, go into the shower, use soap. We talked about last week about telling people to click like. So from 0 to 5,000, you are creating the culture of your page, of your fan page. So you have to tell them to click like, okay? On a couple of pages, the person I was building the page with at the very beginning was posting really brilliant stuff, and nobody was clicking anything. I took a really basic picture, a dumbass picture, and I said, click like if you, and all of a sudden, people started clicking like. Okay? You need to do this a lot. You need to train people in the beginning to click like. Now, you'll see that even though I'm over 200,000 fans, I still do it all the time. And when I do it, there's a difference between when I post a picture of a cute dog and I say, okay, here's a picture of a cute dog. Maybe they'll like it and maybe they won't like it. Okay? I can get a pretty good response just by posting a picture of a cute dog. But if I go ahead and post a picture of a cute dog, and on top of the picture of the cute dog, I add in, um, go ahead and click like, okay, then you'll see the difference. Now, if you go ahead later on and you go to our Facebook page, you can pretty much tell the difference between when, for the most part, when I do a post and the team does a post, okay? Because my posts always give people a call to action, okay? And where's the last? I haven't done a post in a few days, but the last post that I did, um, I'm just going back looking at it over here on my phone, and that was, I think, Sunday night. Um, there it was. A Saturday night, I posted a picture of a gigantic dog jumping on the shoulders of a soldier. Now, I know that soldier pictures go really well. Okay? So, my caption to the picture was one soldier plus one fur kid equals love. Click like and share it. And that was seen by 862,000 people. It got over 25,000 likes, 678 comments. And all it is following the formula. Okay? Following the formula. Okay? So we ended up with all of those likes, and people did more than like, they clicked to expand the picture. You get lots of likes out of that stuff. So always tell people what to do. Train them, and don't stop training them until you start making some serious money, and then train them some more. Okay? You want to do this. So you want to train. The first thing that you need to do when you get a new page, oh man, I wish somebody gave me this gold when I got started, is you want to train them to click likes. Okay? Then you want to um, you want to train them to come to your website. Now, you can't wait for a specific time for them to come to your website. Like, you know what? I think I'll give them 3 months to get used to me. And then after they're used to me, I'll see if they want to come to my website. No, you start right at the beginning by um, throwing in some success. Um, Train them right from the beginning. Occasionally, I'm going to want you to come to my website. And the other thing is to test getting them to buy. Okay? Now, how you get them to buy is up to you. What we did was we brought them to our new super site, and there was a new book that was published in the niche. And we talked about it on the site, put in an affiliate link, and we made money 13 days after the start of the Facebook page. Okay, that's pretty quickly. Um, so you need to it's not going to happen unless you train them, folks. If you want to make money, do not wait until you have 100,000 fans. You want to start in the 0 to 5,000. Okay. The worst that they're going to do is not buy. Okay. Chances are, unless you're stupid about it, they're not going to unlike you. On the other hand, if every single post that you do is buy something, buy something, buy something, then there's a good chance that they're going to unlike your page. And there are lots and lots of people who are advocating that just start off and whatever, but they're just building, they just want to make sales. They're not building a real business. Okay, so now you go from 5,000 to 10,000. You want to study your demographics. You want to know who the people are. You want to look in Facebook and say, okay, Facebook, I know who I targeted. Who am I getting? Who are my fans? I want to study, and Facebook will show you this. What's the best times for posts? When are my posts getting the best likes? Are these people who are on first thing in the morning? Okay, before they get out of bed, they go to Facebook? Or are these people who are waiting to get to work and then they're going to Facebook and they're looking for my stuff? You want to start to shape your content to meet the needs of the page, okay? Your page will teach you what they're interested in. Now, on our new super site, I'm not sharing what it is, but we found, because I targeted really passionate people, remember, I want the lovers in the rain, I don't want the dead fish, and I don't want the lumps of coal. We've discovered that they're very knowledgeable, and we're shaping content responding to what they've told us. So we're still testing what they respond to, but we're shaping more and more. We start doing more posts, bringing people to our site, and more sales. And we're getting ready to unleash some more sales. Okay, that's what it's like when you're up to 10,000 fans. Now, when it takes you a certain amount of time. By the way, our site is now coming on to 3 weeks, and we're just shy of 8,000 fans. So we should be at 10,000 fans next week. From 10,000 to 20,000 fans, what happens is, even though everything says, Harlan, speak English. Even though everything stays the same with what you're doing, your likes start to increase. So if it took you 3 weeks to get to 10,000 fans, you may be at 20,000 fans in half the time, okay? And you keep doing that. Once you hit 20,000 fans, that is one of those landmarks that you're going to remember. Because when you hit 20,000 fans. Keep doing what you're doing, post more often, but I call that stage ignition. Ignition is your site takes off. You'll be at 20,000 fans, and the next thing you know, you'll be at 50,000 fans, and you go, how the heck did that happen? Once you're at 50,000 fans, people in the industry start noticing you. There are lots of services out there that track pages. And when you start getting your pages up to above 50,000, they are following you. And they're more interested in your site than they are in your Facebook page. I'm telling you that. And so at 50,000, you're can't believe how quickly you got there. From 50,000 to 100,000, because you're so focused on the number 100,000, it seems like it's taking forever to get there. It's like a clock, okay? And you get to 100,000 fans, and you go, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then the next thing you know, I say for 100,000 to 200,000, don't blink, because you're going to go from 100 to 200 so quickly. What's happening behind the scenes is that Facebook rewards you for having a successful page. And when other people buy likes for their page, Facebook puts your page underneath as a reward. So your page grows exponentially without you paying for it. Okay? Facebook rewards you by, so someone else, for example, has a page about dogs. Underneath it, they'll show your page, and you get all those extra likes of somebody who is in the liking mode. At 200,000 to 500,000 likes, you are an industry leader, okay? And you should be making really good money. Because remember, we said at the beginning, you guys told me that you're not here for the likes, you're here for the money, okay? How many people have learned something today so far? Okay. Getting lots of people saying yes, yes, yes. Okay. Fantastic. And people saying, yeah, time to implement. Okay. Here we go. So your ultimate goal, my friends, is that the money is in the site, not in the page. Okay. Remember what I said at the beginning, that you know the Zuckerberg giveth and the Zuckerberg taketh away. It's not your page. It could be a community page. It could be that Facebook decides to have bots doing it, automatically posting. I have no idea what's going to happen with Facebook pages. All I know is that if Facebook changes the rules, then if you've put all of your faith in your Facebook pages, then you are out of luck. Now, a couple of years ago, I went to Israel and I spoke about internet marketing. And I spoke about how Google was changing and that it was an affiliate marketing conference. And I told them that, guys, you probably haven't noticed this yet, but it's coming, is that Google has declared war on affiliates. And if you are basing your business totally on affiliate marketing, the next 6 months are going to make you cry. They started booing. They wanted me off the stage. You know, when that people do stuff like that, that just like gets me excited, and I go deeper and deeper and more. And I told them that there were going to be problems. Okay. 6 months later, I am invited back to Israel. Everyone considers me to be an internet visionary, especially in the field of affiliate marketing, because everything that I said came true. Okay. So what I'm telling you now is that the money is in the site. It's not in the page. The page is a tool. The page can get you traffic. You can make money right off the page with Teespring. You guys know that. However, your ultimate goal, your real goal, is your site. Okay? Here's what it should be. This is my baby. This is the Doggington Post. Okay? As they say in the movies, you want a piece of me? So last week, I was at the dog show in Orlando, and I went with the team. So we were three of us. Now, let me take you back in history. 2 years ago, the site was launched February 1st, 2012. February 1st, 2012. I go to the dog show, and at the dog show, people go, "Oh, you have a site? It's called the Doggington Post? That's nice." And some of them even, take a look at it. If they have a website set up, they go, "Oh, that's a very nice site." They look at it. "That's a real nice site. Who did you say you were? What did you want?" And now I'm going around trying to interview them. And most of the people are saying, "Oh, no, like I'm really busy now. I have to sit here and stretch my legs and hope that someone comes by and wants to buy something from me." People were turning down free interviews because, frankly, I wanted the content and I wanted to be seen. Okay, 6 months later, we go out to the dog show. It's called Pet Super Zoo. It's in Las Vegas, and all of a sudden, more people have heard of us. And people are stopping us and saying, "Oh, hey, Harlan, could you interview me?" The same people who didn't want to be interviewed because they were so busy before are now begging me for interviews. Okay, now it's 2 years, and I said to my team, "Well, what did you find out?" And they said there was virtually no one who didn't know who we were. We do something that you'll see shortly, the Doggington Post Awards. As you went around to different booths that had won the Doggington Post Award, they displayed their awards prominently, proudly. We were named Best Dry Dog Food. We were named Best Raw Dog Food. We were named Best Toy. And you walk around and people realize that, "Oh, you're the Doggington Post?" I can't tell you that when I walked in to different booths and I said, "I'd like to speak to the president of the company." And they said, "Who may I say is here?" And I would say, "Tell him the owner of the Doggington Post." Boy, the presidents of the company came running. Okay, so here this is an accurate list today of who wants a piece of me. Halo Pets, they're the ones. Their principal owner is Ellen DeGeneres. Merrick Pet Food, okay. Pet Safe, they make all kinds of pet safety products. Bayer Health, they manufacture flea and tick collars and a whole bunch of other things. Black & Decker, they've already done business with us and we're negotiating round 2. Wall makes pet clippers. I had a great talk with them, and we're going to be doing a series together about grooming. And of course, when it comes to grooming, whose products are we going to be using? We're going to be using Wall's products. And finally, Subaru. Okay, why? Because Subaru wants a market, and the market that they want is women who are um, in that valuable 40 and up range. Okay, so this is where we're going. This is who we're dealing with now. I'm swamped, and literally, um, let's see if I can read you a cute letter that sent today to a company wants to give me money. Okay, they want to do business with me, and they want to give me money, and so I'm just so busy that this morning is this is to a vice president of a major company. And he gets an email from my dog. "Hi, Kalba here. I'm kind of running the show now because my human is so useless. I mean, I sent him to the global show and I gave him specific instructions to bring me back treats, and he brings me small ones. Small ones? Hey, a girl has to eat. He told me they were for training, but I told him he's already trained enough for me. Now I have to work on training you guys. My human is working on a deadline today. I'm not sure what that is. I know lizards are dead when I catch them and eat them. I'm not sure why I do that, except they're fun to chase, but they make my tummy sick. Anyway, my human wants to know if you have time Friday afternoon to talk. He knows you're going on vacation and all, but he hopes to go things over by then. Then there's some specifics about the program. He'll have more from you on Friday if you can make it. Now, can you hook me up with the people who make those treats so small? I need to talk to them about size. Please remind them I'm not a teacup palm. I'm a big dog and need big treats. Love, Kalba. P.S. I'm just checking if you need my address for anything at all. And the reason that Kalba does that is because they routinely send her boxes of treats. When you get UPS dropping off boxes addressed to your dog, you know that they kind of know who you are. Okay. Now, I call this a super site because it becomes the authority site. Engaging content is the best SEO that there is. You rank for whatever keyword you want without any tricks. You build a list of raving fans. You monetize, monetize, monetize. And if you're passionate about your niche, you can achieve great things. Look, this was last July. We got over 1 million page views. Okay. Here, we talked about our Dogington Post Awards last year. We had the best dog-loving celebrity. Ellen DeGeneres won, and there she is with our award. You should know that even though it's the company that she's the principal partner in, they cannot get her permission just automatically. And by the way, this was posted on their site. Okay, so they're pretty darn proud of it. And again, they were tweeting it that she was the best pet loving celebrity. We were named the best dog blog in the world for 2013. That's not bad. Okay, whoa. And then we have like other super sites that some of my students did. Okay, so the formula for a super site, part of it is the traffic that you get on Facebook, the likes, the engagement. But if you want to really make the money, you need to bring them to your site. And that means you need to have the right content, and you discover that from your audience, what they're most passionate about. You have to discover the right channel, and you have to have the right connections. And the right connections are when you start reaching out to people in the industry and they know who you are. One of the people who I met at the first global show and talked to me. I saw him, I sat down, talked to him for a while. We're like old buddies. And he's like, Harlan, why haven't you ever asked me to advertise on your site? So, for whatever reason, I was too busy at the show to talk to him. I got a message, Harlan, give me a call. I want to give you money. Okay. All you have to do is build the site and the money follows. Okay. So, number one, you start analyzing your market, you study the competition, you start to track content, you begin to publish. Then you knew the right channel: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You start getting your content syndicated, viral videos, and then the right connections. You identify the market leaders, you reach out to them. Every single person that I have reached out to has responded positively. I use what I call lethal LinkedIn. Start dominating the media, you become the leader, and then you have to deal with money people. And right now, believe me, when I get off this webinar, it's all about dealing with the money people, because I have to have like 4 proposals ready this week. Plus, I need to get back to the people who want to buy the site and talk to them as well. When they saw the balance sheet for this year, the profit and loss projections for this year, they were blown away. And so there is going to come a time. I didn't reach out to these people to sell the site. They reached out to me to buy the site. So people want to know, well, what can I build a super site in? Politics, sports, tech, computers, humor, gadgets, gossip, financial, travel, comics, movies, relationships, weddings, recreation, art, music, religion, spirituality, self-improvement, making money, video games, environment, animals, and more and more and more. Okay? These are just some of the areas where what you want is people who are passionate. And anybody, doesn't matter, you don't need to be the expert, you will be an expert in a short period of time. Now, I prepared this chart for you, and um, with your permission, I'd like to go over this chart with you and show you kind of what you can expect. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom and go all the way to the top. So, in the when we call this level a single, we use the baseball terminology here. When you're at a single, you hit a single. In personal growth, you want to surround yourself with positive thinkers. You want to work on your money beliefs. For revenue, you want to do AdSense, Teespring, affiliate sales, and Amazon. In terms of business systems, you're probably a solopreneur. You schedule your time to work on your site either daily or once a week and do everything that you need, let's say on a day off. Site skills, you want to focus on your curation skills and you want to start becoming the expert in your field. At the single level, you are bringing in anywhere from nothing to $5,000 a month. Once you get there, you go to level 2. Level 2, you're making between $5,000 and $12,000 a month. You become aware of your negative behaviors. You start to prepare to become one of the thought leaders in your niche. Your revenue systems are AdSense, Teespring. You start getting people inquiring about paid advertising, and you start to explore product creation. In terms of business systems, I'm going to suggest that you take some of the money and hire a virtual assistant to start doing the work for you. In terms of site skills, I want you to start connecting with leaders in the field. Level 3, you're a triple. You start paying yourself a salary, okay? You start paying yourself a salary and um, uh, and you start expanding your financial goals, okay? In terms of revenue systems, you're making money from AdSense, Teespring, sponsorships. You launch your product that you've been prepared, and then you start also doing fulfillment by Amazon. In terms of business systems, you're making good money now. You hire a second virtual assistant, and you begin to move yourself out of the running of the site. In terms of site skills, you are becoming the go-to person in the niche. By now, you should become a recognized leader in the field. Now we go up to the home run level. At the home run level, you're making somewhere between 300 and a million a year. 300,000 or a million a year. So first of all, number one, give yourself a pay raise. Start taking regular vacations. Your vacations are when you're going to get your best planning stuff done. Revenue systems, AdSense, Teespring, sponsorships. This is what we call big sites, small sites, big money, product sales, and fulfillment by advertising. Now, in your business systems, you focus on the business. You don't focus on the site anymore. You don't focus on the site. And in terms of your site skills, here's where things start changing. You start to identify and establish strategic partnerships, and you expect reciprocal relationships. In other words, you are now the heavy hitter in the niche, and you are no longer interested in just kissing up to the big people. They better kiss you back, or you're going to cut them off. And they do not want to be cut off from you any stretch of the imagination. Okay? Then, level 5, a grand slam home run, you're focusing on your millionaire mind. You focus on retirement planning. Your revenue systems are sponsorships. You have multiple products now. Your fulfillment on Amazon, and you have advertising and AdSense, but only for the open slots And most of your advertising slots are going to be taken by your sponsors or advertising your own product. Remember, if Google's going to be giving you 5,000 a month and you can make 40,000 a month with your own product, who should you be advertising, right? In business systems, you want to hire a team to run the site and the business, and you want to hire a COO, a chief operating officer. You want to remove yourself from the day-to-day business, and you are now going to be the spokesperson only. In terms of site skills, you're going to be on the media. People are going to want to reach out to you for statements about anything that goes on in the niche because you are a heavy hitter, and you want to seek out major JV opportunities. Okay, that's at the $1 million to $10 million a year. Just to show you what's possible, it's 2 years and we are at the home run level. It's 2 years and we are at the home run level. And I have no idea if they're going to offer to buy the site or not. We didn't ask them for this. But if they're not in the area of a 7-figure offer, which I suspect they are, we are certainly not going to be interested in selling the site. And it's going to have to be a multiple 7-figure offer. So that gives you an idea of just what's possible. Okay. So number one, can I turn a pre-existing site into a super site? And the answer is, it really depends. Is your niche broad enough? Are you, my trainer came to me and he said, hey, Harlan, I was on your webinar. Could I turn my site about my personal training gym into a super site? And my answer is, people around the world are probably not going to be real interested about a gym in Boca Raton. On the other hand, if you want to focus on a site on personal training and getting into shape, then the answer is yes. Okay. How much time will it take me? And the answer is, it's not length of time, it's getting efficient at it. And I'm going to guess that in the beginning, it's probably going to take you a half hour a day. Okay. Some people are going to want to do more. It depends. If you have the time, you could put much more time into that. Or you could start outsourcing very, very quickly and put even less time into it. What other costs are there? Well, in the beginning, you're going to be spending a few pennies on Facebook traffic if you do what I talked about today. Who creates all of the content? See, that's the best part, is that because the sites are curated sites, you're doing curation, so the content part goes really, really quickly. And I teach you 14 different styles of curation, so things never get boring. How do I know what to put on the site? Well, in the beginning, you start studying what the news is in the niche, but pretty soon your audience is going to tell you what they really want to know about. How quickly do I start making money? Well, our new super site, name unknown, started making money in 13 days. So if that's not fast enough for you, then honestly, I don't really know what to tell you. Big money, no, but it's showing that it works. How do I make money from the site? There are actually 6 ways that you can make money from your site, including advertising, AdSense, product sales, affiliate sales, sponsorships, advertising. Okay, there's a lot of money to be made when you have your own site. Why can't I do this on Facebook? Because no reputable advertiser in their mind is going to give you money to advertise on Facebook, because they know that nobody, you may have the numbers, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes on your engagement. And for the same thrill, they could take their money and flush it in the toilet. Remember, these big companies are conservative. And yes, they all know about social media, but right now you guys know more about social media than they do. Okay? So they are not going to give you money to advertise on something that you don't even own. And by the way, accepting money to advertise on Facebook is against the terms of service. So you don't want to do that. Explain how my super site pays for itself. And the answer is you can start making money really, really quickly. And you bring in the money. And so, for example, you start bringing in that money, you could turn that money around and hire people so that you don't have to do the work, as I showed you in the chart. For those of you who have been asking me, and I've been refusing, there are now openings in the SuperSite program. There's an 18-week program where you get a custom consultation with my team prior to building your site. You get, oh, I put the slides in the wrong order. Let's go and put them in the right order. Here we go. Level 1, it's a 6-week program. This is for someone who wants to turn their own pre-existing blog into a super site, or start from scratch. Week number 1, how to pick the niche, build your super site. Week number 2, building your team. Week number 3, Facebook and Twitter strategies. We've just given you a bunch of those. Week number 4, email strategies and beyond. Week number 5, server melting traffic strategies. And you hear we've knocked our server off a bunch of times. And number 6, how to make money with your super site. That's $9.97. A webinar discount of $300 brings you to $6.97. There are payment options available. Level 2, you get all of the above plus a special super site level 2 responsive theme. Week number 7, your content funnel. Week number 8, attention gathering techniques. Week number 9, 5 revenue profit models. Week number 10, email lists and segmentation. Week number 11, the Tom Sawyer model. Week number 12, the controversy model. Bonus, you get 4 one-on-one calls with me. That's $19.97, a webinar discount of $500. That's $14.97, or payment options are available. Level 3, this is the one that I really recommend, not because it's the most expensive, but because it gives the entire formula. It includes everything. You get a custom consultation with the team prior to building a site. You get an exclusive level 3 super site theme and plugins installed. Week number 13, moving beyond the site. This is where the serious money is. Week number 14, market leadership strategies. Week 15, media domination techniques. Week 16, lethal LinkedIn, connecting with the connectors. Week 17, people who want to give you money. Week 18, breaking into big time. Okay, all of this is really doable. It includes 8 one-on-one sessions with me, a total of 15, should be 18 webinars, but there's actually, there are extras. I'll change that. It's $29.97 minus a $400 webinar discount of for $25.97. Every level gets bonuses, my 14 curation methods webinar, my small sites big money program. This is amazing. It'll show you how to get people to give you big money, big companies. You get a responsive theme that we install for you. You get generous support from Glenna, who is on the call, and typically there's 24-hour response. We do not have a team doing support where you file tickets and whatever. There's Glenna doing it, and she will help you. And if you have a problem, she's very, very patient. Lots of people who are beginners get started with her. Now, special offer. I will double your personal sessions on level 2 or level 3 if you are one of the first 10 to buy today. Here's where you go to get started. And Glenna will type it in, so it's clickable. It's kilstein.com/supersite-formula. kilstein.com/supersite-formula. Okay? While she types that in, we'll take your questions. And I hope you've got good ones where we'll talk about either about super sites or any of the content from the webinar. Glenna, are you back yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Todd's asking, are these your programs or are you an affiliate selling other people's stuff?
I'm not sure what programs he's talking about.
I'm not sure if he was meaning for the what you're selling on the site.
Oh, on the websites, some of them are. Ours is about to launch. Well, up to now, we're helping promote our we call them strategic partners.
Okay, and Ron's asking, how do you transition people from Facebook to the super site?
That's what starts right at the beginning. That's what starts right at the beginning in your 0 to 5,000. You don't wait. If you wait, you're going to be very, very disappointed. You start right at the beginning with some things. Other questions? No questions? Boy, was that clear?
Oh, sorry. I was saying, you mentioned Facebook BAM. Where can they get that?
I'll email everybody with a link to it.
Okay. Okay, and then actually several people had asked before, and somebody just typed it in again. Um, Back when you were saying how to do the Facebook advertising, you said to initially set it uh, the ad to, I believe you said $50 budget. Is
Yeah,
that
for the
correct?
day. But you're not
Okay,
spending all of that money.
right. So
You're
yeah, they
just
just
setting.
wanted to verify what the initial thing was. So it's $50.
Right.
Okay. And Shanna's asking, is half an hour a day commitment from the get-go really realistic?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, and Phil's asking, how did you form the Facebook team and how many people run it now?
Um, the How did I form the Facebook team? Well, I started outsourcing fairly early, following what I do in the program, and we talk and we meet and we study the trends on Facebook, and um, you know they're getting great results just following what I'm teaching. We do the exact same things that I teach on the site.
Okay, and Lila's asking, can dead fish and lumps of coal likes, can those be removed from the Facebook pages?
I am working on something for that, yes. Right now, it doesn't exist, but believe me, it will soon.
Okay, and Mike's asking, will Facebook ban my account if I scrape the user IDs?
And the answer is right now, they'd probably have to ban hundreds of thousands of accounts. What I've seen, the worst that I've seen is Facebook making people sit in the corner for 24 hours and then letting them back on. I have not seen any Facebook bans. And if you don't want to scrape the accounts, there are now people on Fiverr who will do it for you. You don't even have to worry about
Okay, and what if you want to sell your own products from the super site? Is there any problem with that?
it. Can um, of course you want to sell your own products. That's where you're going to make the biggest money. And I just got an email, by the way, right now that our second site is called Cannington Post. Our second site, the Cannington Post. Somebody, we haven't done anything on that, just getting ready to roll. And a company that sells cat litter, called us up and said, "Hey, can we advertise on your site?" So you do not have to go out to advertisers to start making money. The advertisers will come to you.
Okay, and Karen's asking, how far can someone go doing this completely alone without a team?
Well, first of all, how far can you go? You don't want to go that far. You want to transition to a team so that you can assume your position in leadership. Okay, people do not want to meet with the curator. They want to meet with the smart businessman who runs a team. When I couldn't be in every place at once at the dog show, because you have to understand that these shows, the length of the global dog show was a half a mile long. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of booths there. I needed my team.
Okay, and Todd's asking, have you helped anyone else achieve supersite status?
Um, you saw um, you saw lots of sites that are there, and I haven't even published all of them. Yeah, lots of people have them.
And how long do you continue to pay for Facebook advertising to get likes? At what
Okay, that's
point
a
do you stop?
really good question. That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked that question. The answer is you could pretty much, it depends on how far you want, how quickly you want to grow. I would feel entirely comfortable if you turn things off at 10,000 likes and let it go natural after 10,000 because it really does go crazy. If you want it to go faster, keep it going. When you're paying just a few cents a like for passionate fans, I would keep going because hopefully, if you're following my strategies, um, within a couple of weeks, you'll be making more money than you're spending for likes. So why would you, you know, people think that they're not going to make money. That's not the case.
Okay. Do you target your custom audience that you got from Facebook BAM as in addition to passionate pages?
No, that's going to replace your passionate pages because it's going to take the best of the best from there.
Okay. Jacob's asking, how do you pay your team if you're not making money yet?
Well, first of all, again, we're coming back to the idea that you're not going to be making money. If we made money in 13 days, I really kind of think that the idea that you're not going to be making money is more a thought virus on his mind than reality.
Okay.
You could put up a T-shirt campaign and make a couple of $1,000s, which will pay for a couple of weeks of outsourcing. Just the idea that you're not going to make any money is probably that's why on that level we talk about and I'm going to come back to the slide because it's so important is right here, surround yourself with positive thinking thinkers, work on your money beliefs. If you don't believe that you're going to be making money, you're not going to be making money. That's why you have to focus on this.
Okay, Eliyahu is asking, when you said to change your Facebook ad after seeing Facebook spend a dollar or two, what specifically do you look for to change on the Facebook ad?
You're not changing the ad, you're changing the way you're paying for it. You're changing the way you pay for it.
JJ says, I thought you were going to show us how to get Oprah to buy our site for 74 million.
You know, that is absolutely coming. Okay? That is absolutely coming.
Okay.
Okay,
She
for
does
those
ask.
of you who want to double your sessions, I'm going to advise you, you want to get in now because they're going.
Rashida's asking, when you're posting articles on Facebook, do you promote those individual articles to the Facebook BAM custom audiences?
No, no, you're only doing that for page likes. I don't promote, you don't want to promote a post to the custom audience. There's no guarantee that they're going to like you unless you're selling them something.
Hmm. Jim's asking, what is the best curation tool?
So the best curation tool is the human brain. For those of you who want a curation tool, my friend Hugh Hitchcock has a tool that he uses. But honestly, I have yet to see a site that uses curation tools um, do well. Yeah, it sounds great, but you just don't see them doing really well. Um, and then the other thing is, I want to say, even though unprompted, is people who talk about all of the tools that post for Facebook for you. Um, I don't think that those are good ideas. I don't think that those are good ideas because Facebook does not like these auto posting things. They want to see interaction. They want to see real humans. And when you are now the page administrator, um, Facebook even knows who's doing it and is showing that so you can see which member of the team it is. They don't want to see auto posting crap slapped up on Facebook. Don't do it. It's not going to help you. And I know that lots of people are selling them.
Okay, Greg's asking, can I upgrade from level 1 to level 2 or 3 later after enrolling first?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I still have a couple people kind of asking basically how you found the virtual assistants and the people helping you.
I,
Did you
te- I
use
teach that.
Elance or?
I teach that in week number 2.
Okay. Okay, Mike's asking, when you first set up a new Facebook page, what types of attention-grabbing content do you want to post to get the most traffic?
So the answer is that you don't know yet what they're going to go for. And that's why I showed that chart that you are seeing what they bite. Remember, I quoted the Pink Floyd song, "Hello, is there anybody out there?" Because you honestly don't know what they're going to go for.
Okay, Jack's asking, when in the 0 to 5,000 stage, at what level of fans do you attempt to finally sell them something?
You know what? We did it. It was about, I'm saying, like 2 to 3,000. Um, Again, you just you just want to get going. Remember, you're testing. When you have 2,000 people and Facebook hasn't really decided how many people they are, you're just doing this to test what's going on. You have no idea, honestly. Just get stuff out there so that they're not shocked when you do promote. Other questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to trying to kind of go through ones that we've already answered and ones that are on topic still. Um, let's see.
I see a great one.
Okay.
It says, I followed this plan. Well, you didn't follow my plan because I only started it now. I followed this plan, but got the wrong kinds of fans. I was supposed to be the survival prepper niche, but I got gun fans. How to move back to survival? And the answer is, if you got apples, make applesauce. Um, Gun fans are extremely passionate. If they came to the wrong kind of site, well, something brought them there. If they're active, give them gun stuff. Okay, there is big money in the gun niche, huge money in the gun niche. I don't know what you did to get the wrong people. It's kind of like starting a wedding site and getting people who are interested in bowling. But if you got passionate people, sell them something. Other questions?
Okay. Victor's asking why use a responsive theme? Doesn't that limit ads that it
Uh,
shows on mobiles?
so first of all, the answer is that depends on how you set it up. Um, and that's a great question. Some of the responsive themes do cut off the right hand column. So if you know what your theme does, then you change where your ads appear. Um, but we're seeing that number one, we're doing pretty well from it. And number two, the advertising that's on the site in the AdSense is only a tiny fraction. It's probably the least money that you're going to make.
Okay. And using Quantcast, do you put the Facebook page URL in Quantcast in order to see the demographics?
No, you can only put people's websites into Quantcast. Facebook doesn't share the demographics yet.
And then I have a couple of people asking if you could sort of clarify what curation is.
Oh, okay, thanks. Great question. Curation is consider consider when you curate, you are going out and you are getting the very best and finest information in the niche, and you are sharing it with passionate fans. Okay, now um, let me use the CNN example. It's kind of dating me for right now, but the CNN example is CNN has decided that the only thing that people are interested right now is the disappearance of the Malaysian airliner. Okay, and so 24/7 is everything that you want to know about the Malaysian airliner. Um, Putin and Russia have invaded the Ukraine. That's mentioned barely, like 3 minutes in an afternoon, while the rest of the time is all about the airliner. Um, they are curating the news based on their guess of what people want. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it comes to in the a sports niche, you are presenting the very best and finest information in either in sports about a specific sport or about a specific team, depending on your information. So you want to plug in to sources of information, which I teach you how to do. Simple, easy schmeezy. You can now run these sites, by the way, from an iPhone or an iPad. Um, you can get information. Everything coming in didn't exist when we started curation, but literally you could run the world from your iPad, um, and including your Facebook page. You could do everything from your iPad. Um, so it's simple. It's not like you could take it to work and during your lunch hour you could put up schedule a few posts and get them going, and keep your Facebook page passionate. It's what you find interesting, appealing, and you know that your niche will as well. I think that's a pretty basic idea of what curation is.
Okay, Sandy wants to know if it's a good idea to start more than one site at the same time.
Oh God, no. These sites become so big and so passionate that it would be like juggling 13 plates before you had learned to juggle one or two effectively. Um, Even I, who pretty much outsource things fairly early. We started with one, and then only after we were really going did we begin the idea of doing cats, and now there's a third site that's out there. But that was after having a team. Um, I would not recommend anybody start with with more than one. I think that it would be. I don't want to see people fail. One is plenty. Other questions? If your question hasn't gotten answered, it's because there's so many questions that come in. Go ahead and type it in again if your question hasn't gotten answered.
Okay, Mike's asking, when you set up your first light campaign, do you put user IDs in first before running your first ad?
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Gerald's asking, what do we do if we have a product site already? Do we just create a site with a similar theme?
So that's a great question. So, and someone actually asked me that yesterday. I didn't see him on the call, but he asked me that yesterday. He has a product site. It's a real product site. There's no romance. It's a kind of it's an e-commerce site. It's like, hey, come here, buy this, and there's absolutely nothing attractive about the site. And I said, no, no, no. Start a separate site, build up passionate fans, and then send them over to your other site. So you want to build a super site, and then you can direct the traffic wherever you're going to make the most money.
Okay, Robin wants to know, what's your take on attempting a super site for a nonprofit?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Um, I could think of like, somebody doing a animal site for a nonprofit for like dog rescue or something like that. That would go over real well. Or people have done them for diseases. There are other people who have done them for diseases and so forth. If people are passionate about it, then yeah, why not?
Ken, I
Go,
have a
go,
couple people asking to see the the different levels again,
oh,
like level 3 into.
oh, okay. Do. Well, they can do that. It's all on the. It should be on the page. Um, it should be on the page. But here we are. Level 1, a 6-week program. Let's make it bigger. Niche selection, building your super site team, Facebook, Twitter strategies, email strategies, traffic strategies, and making money with your super site. Level 2 is your content funnel, attention gathering techniques, 5 revenue profit models, email lists and segmentation, the Tom Sawyer model, and the controversy model. And then the 18 weeks is everything, moving beyond the site, market leadership, media domination, lethal LinkedIn, people wanting to give you money, and breaking into big time. And of course, we have just a couple of the double your sessions if you're one of the first 10. If you're interested in that, you definitely want to get in on that either now or when the webinar ends, because it just won't be there.
Okay, and Eliyahu's asking, what do you mean when you say freshen your Facebook ad after you change because of the
Okay,
click-through rate?
we already asked that. We don't change the ad. You change the way you're spending. You're going from you buying clicks to letting them optimize for clicks. We're not changing the ad.
Okay, and Jack's asking, when you try to sell the first time, do you try on your page or on your site?
Um, well, since your traffic is coming from Facebook at the beginning, you sell on the traffic is from your page. So we actually wanted to bring people to our page, and that's what we did. But you can, whatever makes you money is what you want to do.
Sandy's asking, is the super site separate from the fan page?
Absolutely. All right, we're going to call for final questions because we've been on for nearly 2 hours. Um, Last questions.
Okay, do level 3 members from the old or the original, I guess, group still get access to these webinars?
I'm not really sure what that means. He's on this webinar, isn't he?
I think you meant the 18 that you showed or the 15 that were listed.
Yes. Okay. And people are asking, are there payment plans? Yes, there are payment plans available for all of them.
And if they're going to be in this program, do they need Facebook BAM?
No, no, they don't.
If you have not built out the actual website yet, would you still go ahead and begin building a fan page, or should you wait?
I would do both at the same time. I see a great question there. Do I recommend VPS or will shared hosting be okay? That's a terrific, terrific question. Right now, you can start with shared hosting, but be prepared to move. Um, we lasted on shared hosting about 5 months before we had to get off. So you can start on shared hosting, but you'll discover that you won't be able to stay there. It won't be able to hold your capacity. All right. Um, Thanks everybody for being here. Um, Head over to kilstein.com/supersite dash formula and get in on this. If you need to make special payment arrangements, call Sandra 561-395-7400. Thanks so much for being here and go make some money. Thanks, Glenna. Everybody have a great day.
Bye.